blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time. That's my girl right there.
Oh my goodness. Good evening, everyone. It is Thursday night. It's your girl, Crazy Carla. We made
it, Troy. We made it again.
Yes, ma'am. We are here.
Yes, we are. How was your week?
The week went by really quick. It really did. It was a busy week.
Yeah.
Some aspects were challenging, but it went fast. What about you?
It was great. Did you enjoy your Juneteenth? Did you do nothing yesterday, or did you do a little bit of everything?
No, I was being the Veep on June 13th, so I was working.
Did it. I took Pinky to the water park near my house. Well, it's like a little splash pad where the kids can go play in the water.
What's going on? Welcome, buddy.
And I let her play in the water for an hour and a half and run herself crazy. Hey, friend.
Good evening.
And honey, I fed her and she laid down, and it was. And then we went to the Sweetest Slime. We went to Micaiah's house.
All right.
And hung out and laughed and had a good time. So I enjoyed Juneteenth yesterday. I really did, and we're gonna talk about that tonight too with Malikia and Scott.
Indeed.
The various reactions that I saw to Juneteenth yesterday.
I've heard various things as well, so interesting stuff.
Yeah.
So let's get this party started. Let's take care of some bills, as we got some amazing guests tonight. So I look forward to this. Let's start off with the sweetest line.
Micaiah and Mitchell. That's my sis. She keeps my hair looking healthy. She keeps these tresses from the stresses, okay? And she is a master loctician. She can do, and she's a master natural hair guru, period. She's great at doing any kind of color. She's good with cutting. I mean, she's a cosmetologist. Hi, Shine. Hi, my Shine. Peace. And if you want to keep your hair healthy, and if you want to, she had a lady over there yesterday that went for a consultation, and the lady was like, hey, somebody cancelled. She was like, well, I'll take it. And honey, she hooked that woman hair up so good. That woman was just smiling when she left out of there. I was so happy. So if you want her to touch your head as well, give her a call at 336-734-3307. She is here in Winston-Salem, but she does travel. She has clients. I think she was in Charlotte today, as a matter of fact. So she goes to Charlotte. She goes to Raleigh. She will get in her car and travel. You can look her up on Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok under The Sweetest Slime. And then she's on Facebook under Micaiah and Mitchell. And most importantly, when you go to her, tell her Carla sent you, okay?
As a matter of fact, I meant to update this. So we're going to take a slight detour. I'll do it next week. But reading by Myra. Myra has her new logo. I was trying to
Myra
think
has a new logo. Okay. Well,
So,
this will be the last week with the old one. Okay.
Yes.
So, y'all, intuitive readings by Myra is just that, an intuitive reading by Myra. She takes your energy and she tells you what your energy tells her. And I'm telling you, this woman is on point. It's kind of creepy a little bit. The way she get up in your business and you be like, what? But she does. She helps you through your shadow work and all those things. She's amazing, y'all. So you got to call her and get you a session. If you've never had an energy reading or an intuitive reading, why not try now? I promise you, you won't regret it. So you can give her a call. If you're local, she also is in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, but she also does virtual visits. So you can book your intuitive reading online. You can call her at 336-480-1653 if you would like to have an in-person reading with her and set that up. And you can also book her online, but she does virtual readings. So it doesn't matter where you are. You can do your reading with her via the online channel. So give her a call or go to intuitivereadingsbymyra.com. And whenever you go, please let her know Carla sent you, okay?
Indeed. And last but never least, you have to get the sauce.
Listen. I meant to send you a picture, Troy. Let me tell you what I did. I came up with something this weekend.
Okay.
I was trying it was Sunday. I got some squash and some zucchini. And I kind of roasted them in the oven a little bit. And then I put garlic and the sauce over the top. And I ate it with some jasmine rice. Baby. God was in the sauce. Okay. He was in there. So listen, y'all, get y'all some. He has spicy, he has mild. If you listen, let me give you the disclaimer. If you don't really do hot, don't fool with that hot.
Don't play with
that hot is for people like me who don't have no heat control in their throat. Okay? Mild is for people like Troy who has an American palate.
Yes, I do.
Okay? But the taste is the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
His jerk, it's a jerk barbecue sauce, y'all. So it's a little different than just regular jerk sauce.
Right.
And I promise you, it is amazing. Once you start getting it, you won't want to have anything else. So you can go to nxjerkcenter.com and order you a bottle or 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Right now it's $12 with shipping and handling. Why wouldn't you get it? Go get it. And when you get it, tell him Carla sent you, okay?
Indeed. Real quick, we got she's saying it's that hot. Shine also said Tariq said peace. What's going on, so Rez?
How are you? I'm
Yes,
just so
indeed.
excited. People are like, why are you so excited? Let me tell you, baby. If you knew how life been lifing with me, every time you see me smile, you'll clap. You will clap. And I say that for most, sometimes people be going through stuff and their weapon is their smile. And that's me, I thank God that God gave me the ability to smile.
No doubt.
In spite of, right? So
that's the thing. Even in negative issues, if you can pull the positive out of it,
yeah,
you'll have a better outcome. And I've noticed that for myself. No matter what
it makes a difference. You got to fix your thoughts too. Even if you start thinking something crazy, I'll be like, cancel clear. Thank you to the great Mercedes Miller, my manifesting coach. Get that little stinking thinking right on up out of your mind. He said his weapon is music and the
See, I don't know what to do with so
You know what I want to say. My favorite word, but I ain't gonna say it on here and get us banned. Listen. Behave. So
tell us about our guest.
So our guest tonight, y'all, I'm fangirling. Okay, so listen. I have on my show tonight the Hey, Malika K. Courtney and Scott Harrell. Is it Harrell or Harold? Because I want to say it right in my British accent.
We'll bring him in and he'll give you
And
the
let
proper.
me tell you, they are the poets with the mostest. You hear me? The poetess and the poet. And they are the founders of Partners in Rhyme. They both individually have dope things going, and they're going to get on here and we're going to talk about that. If you've ever watched any of Malikia's shows, her voice is amazing, and so is his. It's like a James Earl Jones Jr. or something. Darth Vader Jr.
Darth Vader Jr.
I love it. So, without further ado, we are going to have the founders of Partners in Rhyme on Clubhouse, who are just two of the dopest poets I've ever heard. And Malikia is so incredible. Like I have listened to her and calmed down. Like I could be in a tizzy and listen to her. And my mom likes her.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott, his voice is incredible. And his poetry is incredible. So without further ado,
let's bring him in.
Let's bring him in. I'm so excited.
Hey, how are you?
I'm so excited to have y'all on here tonight. I already told y'all, but I'm gonna hype it up. I'm gonna hype it up. You know what I'm saying? Because to be the wordsmiths that you two are word professionals. You hear me?
Let you guys do it.
And look at Troy, he gonna leave us.
He's so
disappeared. When I heard that y'all didn't mind coming on my little old show, baby, I snatched y'all right on up. And I said, please, Lord. I just, I'm always happy to have people on here that make me happy.
Yes.
And Malika, you just don't know. There have been times where I have been listening to you and I turn around and say, is she spying on me? Like, what's the deal? What's really going on? Okay. And then I have tuned into y'all. I didn't know how to work Clubhouse for a very long time. Let me just say that.
Understandable.
So that was to me popping in and popping out because I didn't know what I was doing. But I love the vibe over there. The vibe over there is off the chain, baby.
We have a good time.
Yes, baby, I said, listen here. I mean, y'all got mild or spicy, just like that sauce.
Literally. 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. 0 to 60.
You never know which direction it's going in, baby. And I love it.
Nope.
Absolutely love it.
1 o'clock block. We have a safe grace from 8 to 9. It don't happen that way all the time.
No, it don't. No, it
you
don't.
said to be honest.
Yeah, oh no. We have people who take pleasure in just breaking that glass. Yes. It's an honor to be on your show, man. When I tell you, so I've peeked in on your shows a couple of times too, just getting to listen. And I enjoy your energy. Like you are the most bubbly. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. This that happy energy that everybody needs in the glass. Like sip. I wish I could bottle it. So I appreciate
you, girl.
It is also an honor to
be here.
It's also an honor to be here. I guess I should have brought my black cape with the Darth Vader Jr.
Great.
That's the first time you ever heard that, right, Scott?
Listen. The force is strong with this one.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So
now I normally say Harold, but my little sister asked my father once, "Is it Harold or Harrell?" And he looked at her and said, "Yes." So go ahead.
Scott Harold, people. Harold, okay? It's British still, either way.
There we go.
And we're so excited. So I want you two to introduce yourselves, because usually what I do is I start out asking questions, but I'm going to do this a little different because I have the two of you and you have this phenomenal group together. Tell us something about you, Malikia, and your foundation. And then, Scott, you tell us about what you do. And don't look, there goes somebody texting me.
No,
Y'all, we had a discussion before we got on here, like family members and friends. What am I doing at 8 o'clock?
D&D.
Every Thursday. For a year and a half now.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
Thank
Like
you.
you grow up.
So, well, it's been said what my year was. When was my year? I can't remember, Troy. Was it April? Was it January? It's been a minute, y'all. And y'all are my 77th episode.
Oh, that's what I'm talking
Let's
about.
go.
Get the sevens on. Yeah.
The double perfection. And that
Oh.
7's my favorite number, too.
I love that number as well.
So if
Definitely.
you're really into number 7 and 7 is 14. And
And
14 is 5.
I was about to say
And
that 145. That's
Baby,
Let's go.
you can't lose. And the guy before y'all, he was like, you know what? That show was meant to be. And we trying to get some clips of that show because we had some technical difficulties, but with the clips. But he was like, 76 is the year I was born.
Oh, how cool is that?
So it felt like, and it was important to him as well. So I just love having y'all on. So Malikia, ladies first.
Ma'am, let's get it. So I am Malikia K. Courtney. I'm the founder of Sanctuary Experience. And in that space, when I'm an adult, I am loving people back to life. Simple as put, life coach, intuitive coach, rituals, clearing, healing from trauma, that bag. So that is where I live in that bag. I do like several other things, including editing and strategy and a whole lot of other stuff. But what I love, and I love what I do, mind you, all of the work, is the poetry. So I won't go too far in it in case Scott shares that aspect of it. But with Sanctuary Experience, we also do 3-day events for women only, rebuilding. And then we have a separate set for the men and then separate set for the youth. So I am about that life, about building us back up. Mind you, everybody is welcome, but it was designed and created for the Black woman. So say it like that. Fast forward from there, Partners of Rhyme, Lyrical Vibes, that's our poetry spot. We've been at it. We are in our 4th year of doing poetry together. And it's, and both of us have been doing poetry since I was maybe like 7, 8.
Wow.
And he started young too, but I'll let him tell his own story. So poetry is life. It saves lives. And it is the major coping skill. So that's what I will say, and I'll yield.
Thank you so much, my partner, Scott.
Amazing.
My name is Scott Harrell, and hopeful adoptive son of James Earl Jones one day.
Keep up live.
I am the owner and founder of Harrell Consulting Group, a business consulting firm that specializes in taking care of all the financial issues that come for a business. We fund startups, expansions, bringing product to market, and acquisitions of assets, either ground up or already existing. Whether or not it's hundreds of thousands, millions, or billions, those are the things that we deal with on a daily, because dollars are just tools to make things go.
That's amazing.
Now, when it comes to some of the things that I have fun at and enjoy, and I love what I do for when it comes to business, because it's helping people, especially many of my clientele are melanated, and it is very important to me to be able to help them. But I am also a spoken word artist, a poet. I am a professional announcer when it comes to sports and other events, an MC, and an aspiring voiceover artist, if anybody can tell.
That's what I wanted to do. Yes.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
I love doing voices. Like I can do not just, like my spoken voice, but I love like doing kids' voices and stuff. So like when my kids were little, they would always call me to the school to read Green Eggs and Ham and all the things, because I do all the voices.
Let's go.
I'm gonna have my own cartoon, like.
Okay. What you waiting on? What you gonna do?
It's gonna happen. Well, Scott, I'm glad to know that you do Black businesses, because look, I'm speaking this into existence. When I make my first million, guess who I'm calling? I'm like, look here, Scott, how we gonna do this?
Feel
What
free
I'm
to give
supposed
me
to
a.
do? What do I need to put my investments and things of that nature?
Hey, we'll look at building you a fund so that your money can work for you instead of you working for it.
That's it.
My God. And I do work for the government, so I have been dibbling and dabbling into how to have some good little retirement money when I come up out of there, you know. So
Oh, that's right.
in real life, I work for the government. Isn't that crazy? As crazy as I am.
No, that's brilliant. That sounds like a smart move to me.
Not ever.
Like your money, hunty.
I love it.
And lastly, I would say I'm the blessed co-founder of Partners in Rhyme with my partner, going into our 4th year of poetry together.
Well into our 4th year.
Amazing. And that show is off the chain. Like, I just wasn't prepared for it when I first went in there. I love the fact that you have everything. Like every kind of poet you can think of. And I've met some dope poets just from watching your show. You know what I mean? And Sean loves y'all. And anybody Sean loves, pretty much I love. So there's that. I trust my sis when it comes to people. And she like me. You know, I still be like, no.
We watching.
Yeah.
I love her. She amazing.
That's my sis. So I'm going to ask you this question. Starting with you, Malika, Scott, whichever one wants to go first. Where you from and where you at?
Sir, I went first last time. I'm throwing it to you.
Wait, where you're from and where you're at? I feel like this is almost a little bit more esoteric than I may make it. Now, I am from and I am presently in central New Jersey, born and raised.
Okay.
I've been around the world multiple times, courtesy of the U.S. government. Uncle Sam's misguided children, United States Marine Corps veteran, 2 times in the Gulf.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And I work for the VA, so look.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
There we go.
That's a call I still need to make because I left some percentages over there in the desert.
Hey, you better get that. You better get them percentages you hear. And they give them out, especially where you at. Did you get the pack that stuff?
Listen, I need to get something done. I fell off a cliff in Okinawa that still stays with me. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk afterwards. Okay, go ahead.
Yep, so that is where I am, central New Jersey.
Please. Wonderful. And I have family in like South Plainfield, North Plainfield, Cherry Hill, you know, all those places, Jersey City. So
I'm familiar with all of those.
No, none of that. I'm just like, okay.
And where? Okay, so where out, Malikia? Where? Because your accent is hard to play.
Born and reared in Chicago, so Chicago outside. To be exact. And physically, I am in Tampa right now.
Really?
Yes.
I like Tampa.
I like the heat. And mind you, I
yes,
designated flight risk. I will be on a plane in the country, out of the country. She'd be gone. But for right now, I am in Tampa.
I love it. Yeah. We used to go to that Busch Gardens down there because it's Africa.
I love it. I'm about 3 blocks from it.
In the Water Country, USA, we used to have our church conventions down there a lot.
Okay.
So St. Petersburg and Tampa, like, you know, right there. So wonderful. It's nice there.
You're in North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. You did say that.
But I have a lot of, I'm here. I've been in North Carolina. I was born in Greensboro. I live in Winston-Salem now. Went to college in Greensboro. Went to North Carolina A&T State University. But I have a whole bunch of family in Brooklyn, New York, Brownsville, New Jersey, Cherry Hill, Philadelphia area. And then my mom, very Southern. So
my granny,
family down here. So
you probably related because I was looking at you. I'm like, she looked like we could be family.
You never know, girl. You never know. Yes, girl. Yes, and you know, my grandfather's mother is 100% Lumbee Indian. So they're very it's a big tribe here in North Carolina. but they mix with the African Americans. So I love, giving homage to that. And I found out, I didn't know we had Cherokee in our family as well on my grandmother's side. One of my cousins did a DNA test, and we found out that one of our great grandmothers was this famous Cherokee horse trainer who Europeans used to bring their horses to train, which explains my mother's obsession with horses.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's cool.
The things we find out when we go searching, I love that. It's apropos for this week to know, you know what I mean? To be digging. Juneteenth just passed.
Yeah.
And it's definitely that time where, I don't know for everybody else, but it's a reflective time for me. Not that I don't focus and I'm not in the work all the freaking time, because I am an activist and I am ridiculous with it too. I say everything I want to say. But I feel like even this conversation right now, just speaking about our ancestry and our history, is so important. So important. Yeah.
I believe so. And, I get in arguments with people because, when you're raised in church and then you start realizing that there was some things that church did not address when it comes to us melanated folk. Okay.
Like what? So come tell me something.
First of all, our power.
Yeah.
And that the Bible is used as a means of holding us back from our power.
Mm-hmm.
And by our power, I mean, like, y'all notice I wear stones all the time and things of that nature, because there's power in crystals and stones. And we as melanated people knew how to work it. We knew how to use the earth and the air. And that's why we have earth, water, air, right?
Uh-huh.
The things, the elements, they're at our disposal. We command those things, and they control our behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
They control a lot of things. And when we got over here on this soil, a lot of that power got stripped from us.
I think it's vibration too, though, right? Because like the proximity on a Capulon, on homeland, you have such a, it was so concentrated. You know what I mean? Like it was a free flowing vibe over here. And here's what I do know: we indigenous on top of that. So they run their mouth, but it was still different. It's different soil. It's different light. It's different energy. It's different vibration. That we do know, but they hated it.
Girl, you're not gonna make me.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, we're gonna do it. Let's go ahead and get into it, because we're gonna talk about it.
Yesterday, I saw so many people saying negative things about Juneteenth, like, well, this is just another holiday white people made up for us. First of all, this was not a white holiday at all. And there are plenty of white holidays that we all celebrate. So why is there such a backlash that we have this one little holiday, y'all? Really? And it's celebrating. If you think about why we celebrate Juneteenth, we celebrate Juneteenth because of what I say, fuckery. And let me explain. The fact that it was 2 years later.
Thank you.
After the Emancipation Proclamation, and these people had to go down to Texas, because Texas was like, well, we're going to keep our slaves. We don't care what that man say. And then they had to bring all the black troops, literally, all the black Union troops had to go down there, because they knew them Texas people was going to cut up when they told them that we was no longer going to be at their disposal the way they thought we was going to be. Now, we all know that we still, in 2024, are still fighting the battle. Okay, but it's a different kind of slavery. It's always been economic, but I'm not even going to get into that.
Listen, and I'm going to fall back a little bit. There's so much I want to say, but I want to leave space for Scott to hop in there.
And he ain't said a word. Look, Darth Vader is down, Junior. He's just down there looking.
You got two women that's about it right here.
Say something, Brother Harold. Say something.
Listen, I know when good conversation's being had, and just let it flow. And I don't necessarily have to be the center of attention to get my piece in. But Malika and I just had a conversation in one of her mastermind spaces about this fact just this week.
Wow.
And the thing that struck me, because I've been thinking about Juneteenth on both sides, the celebration and the anger of it, the frustration of it.
Yeah.
And where the frustration was getting me was the insidiousness of why this had to happen. It wasn't just the fact that we're talking about 2 years later. It's not just the fact that we're talking about troops had to come down. And it's not just the fact that, well, we know, even though they didn't have email, even though they didn't have text, they could have got there sooner. But okay, so we know that it was more than just Texas involved in how long this went. It's the fact of silence, the insidiousness of silence. So many were still enslaved because they were not told they were free. And for me, of all the things that we fight today, of which there are many, fighting the silence, whether or not it's in government, whether or not it's entrenched in society and in certain things from the very foundational bricks of what's been created, whether or not it's in our own households or in our own church, it's the silence that does so much damage. It's incredible.
On so many levels. And on top of Juneteenth, it's his Pride Month.
You know I have some things to say.
Right? And there are plenty of people that have come in my inbox and say, you know, I can't tell you what to say. Of course you can't. However, I just feel as a Christian, it's really not cool to be siding with gay people because God condemns gay people.
So,
God.
Get me started. So the fun part is when you were mentioning earlier about the church and its reach and its position and its overseeing, because for me, that's how they hit. They hit like overseer right quick. They just 2 steps above the porch or the house. And the damage that has been levied by church direction, misdirection, I'm gonna say it like that, be offended if you need to, it's unreal. It's unreal. And when I found out, this was years back, but I didn't know this was the case, that all these folks would come and meet, all these folks without melanin would come and meet and decide what was going to be taught and enforced and built and this, that, and the third, and then come back and share it with the us's, and then the us's would come back and share it with the we. Blew my mind. And that still goes on to this very freaking day. Oh my dude. So it's like, how free are we? And I was petty yesterday. Yes, I was. And I posted, are you free? Like, are you free? Stop playing, because we have this free conversation. And I was that person and put the definition next to it just so we get some clarity, right? My son is in the military. Had a quick conversation with him yesterday. He tells me in his dealings with those other people in uniforms, with the folks without the melanin, had the absolute unmitigated gall to say to my son, Black folks is lazy and just wanted a day off. I say, listen, I'm glad I wasn't there for that moment. I would have got arrested today because my fingers and my fist would have been down a couple of throats. I'm not that person. Lazy is your mammy and your grandmammy and her mammy and her grandmammy. That's what lazy look like. About 450 years of lazy, according to me. Now, if I choose to take a nice vacation for the next 450 effing years, I'm justified in my melanin skin. How about that? So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Now, for me, when we start,
y'all out here, Lord have mercy. Go ahead, Scott.
See, for me, and both Malika and I have served in various capacities within church for years.
Me too.
And for me, one of the problems that I have, it's very hard to stand on any kind of moral ground when the ground that you're standing on is already cracked to begin with. You know, there are things that the church can say that on one hand, maybe, could be justified, could be right.
Yes,
but but you're still passing out Bibles with white Jesus. You're still, you're still not even acknowledging that in scripture itself, the man's hair was described almost fro-like. Okay, there are so many
bronze.
Thank you.
Of bronze.
Thank you.
Give me started.
There are so many problems that the part of scripture that catches me is Jesus spent more time loving and accepting, loving and embracing. Let me say it that way: loving and embracing people, than going around and accusing and damning. Okay, he spent more time making miracles than sending people off to hell. And the people that he really told to go and how quick to get there were the ones that supposedly knew what it was all about.
The Pharisees and the Sadducees, baby.
Ninjas. Watch my mouth.
They were the worst.
Do your show. Don't watch my mouth.
No, baby, you can cuss on here. Look, we cussing and drinking and whatever. Listen. So, look, that's why that disclaimer was in the beginning. Please be free on here. Now, let me tell you, and I'm drinking wine, and it's 13%. I don't know what's going to happen by the time we get to the end, because we just, listen, I'm going to talk about it, okay? And, look, Troy said we halfway. I'm sorry. We halfway, Troy. Okay. So
this
we got to do
over,
the honest of the week.
Conversation, though, but go ahead.
Good gracious. I love it. Oh, and the wine tonight is Well Red by Trader Joe's, and it is red wine, organic, California, 13%. Go get your wine.
The good grapes. The good grapes.
The good grapes. And that's on my bucket list. I really want to go to, I don't know if y'all watch, well, you said you watched my show. Well, a few shows back, I had a women's panel. And my best friend from college, she makes movies in California. She makes black horror movies on top of other stuff. And she just got all kind of awards and accolades. Her name is Val Sarai. And I want to go to California ever since I saw Sideways. Okay. Y'all are laughing at me. I was like, I want to go on a wine tour. And I found out that not only can I do it, there's a wine train where you can ride through the Sonoma Valley. You can take a book tour. Like one of my favorite authors is James Patterson in San Francisco. So you can go to San Francisco and then go get on the little train and go on the wine tour to Sonoma Valley. So in year 51, when I turn 51 in August, I'm hoping I'll get to go to California. So.
Oh, and while you add it to your friend and make you extra in one of her horror movies, that would be fun.
Oh, we already talked about when I get to the West Coast. She said, Carla, when you come out here, I'm putting you to work. I was like, yes, ma'am. Okay. I'm ready.
Sounds so fun.
All right, so Troy, come on, let's do it.
All righty. I'm not trying to best break up the fun. See, I deal with Maliki every week. She already knows.
How dare you, V?
Hey, Bill's got you.
We know, look, he keep us on the straight and narrow. So look, we thank you.
I appreciate you. So once again, I'm going to play one of our favorite artists. He's based in Durham, North Carolina. This is my man Elijah Rosario, and this is a song called "Best of Me." Check it out.
Say what's on your mind, tell it like it is. Is there something in your heart wanting part in it? If that's the case, then girl, just say so. Games, I ain't tryna play those. Know you protective of your heart. Know you healing from them scars. Well, how about tonight we just put all our worries aside? Take advantage of this moment. Hold me tight, I'm talking close. I've been seeing clearly lately. Ain't no guarantee, just maybe. One thing that I'm certain of, I can't live without your touch, no. Kiss me like the first time that we met. Love me like we'll never love again. I'll save you every time before myself. Don't want nobody else. Give you the best of me. I know you're in need of healing. talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. When you laying next to me, give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. I'll give you the best of me.
Don't wanna waste no time. You know a good girl's really hard to find. You've been heavy on my mind. Boy talk is cheap, better wait in line. Love the way I move to the baseline, waistline. Bad girl, not only on FaceTime. You know true love really takes time. Can't fall in love if you ain't mine, no. Watch me wind it slow. Watch you lose control. Just wanna let you know this is how the thing goes. Make them spend 6 figures on the bling. African bad girl deserve the finer things. Private jets, baguettes, and diamond rings. Summertime drop top money ain't a thing like what it seemed like.
Kiss me like the first time that we met. Love me like we'll never love again. I'll save you every time before myself. Don't want nobody else. Give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. When you laying next to me, give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. I'll give you the best of me.
Yes, indeed. And that is my man, Elijah Rosario, with Best of Me. And if you are an independent artist or a spoken word poet or an up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans of music. So if you love to hear great music, you can also register at blastmusic247.com as an unlimited fan and have access to hundreds and hundreds of independent music. Blast. We're constantly changing the industry, one artist at a time. All right, guys, back to y'all.
Bye. Hey, lady. You all right?
So listen, before we go any further, I need to know who I'm dealing with.
Okay.
What's y'all zodiac sign?
Oh, them secrets, babe. Them secrets. Them secrets.
I need to know who I'm fooling with on here.
So the funny part is, when you mentioned your last episode being 76, that is literally my birthday, 76.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, I said, what's your zodiac?
That is, it's Cancer, to be specific. So July 6th.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, look, and that's the young man who just, it's so funny. Both of y'all are 76. He was on last week, Bakari Latif Brown, actor. He was also born in 76 and he was episode 76. So it was kismet. You know what I mean? So
indeed.
We are working on getting your clips, Bakari. We are working really hard. We had some technical difficulties with the clips, but the clips are coming. So just know that, okay? Because we want people to go back. You've had a lot of views. Oh my God, we had a lot of views. So you're a Cancer. That explains a lot. And what about you, Scott?
I am a Capricorn in January.
January Capricorn and a Cancer. That's very interesting.
How so?
Earth and water. I mean, that's good for business. Definitely. Earth and water always does good business. So that's great. You know,
we can definitely make some mud pies.
And you know,
yes, we get some dirt. We can do some dirt like professionals. Yes, we do.
I'm a Leo. I'm fire. So you know, it is what it is.
August. What day in August?
August the 14th.
The 14th. My baby
Same
is
as Holly Berry and Magic Johnson and Steve Martin.
Sexy.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. So I'm happy. Those are my birthday twins, and I relish it. Cancer, goddess of the home,
Indeed.
goddess of home life,
Indeed.
goddess of loving others.
Yes.
Yes.
She is great at doing that.
Capricorn, the business mind.
Strong.
Capricorns are all about that money. Don't play with it. And me, the Leo. People say that I'm extravagant, but I'm really not. I think because I'm an Aquarius rising and a Pisces moon, I'm like this big ball of emotions.
Okay.
And it's terrible sometimes. Sometimes it's a blessing and a curse, because I do think with my heart instead of my head, even at 50 years old, and I fucking hate it. Because I want to be more in my head than I am in my heart. But my heart makes a lot of decisions for me in life.
Stay in your heart.
When we're talking about the ancestors, girl, I just want to start crying all the time. When I think about what people went through before us, and you were talking about church, I taught Sunday school for years. I always deal with I love the children.
Yep, same.
And I love the elderly. I sang on the prayer band. I sang I sang with the people that stomped and clapped, baby, because I love that. That reminds me of my grandparents. You know, my grandparents helped raise me.
And there is something to say, like you were shooting earlier too, and we didn't kind of close that conversation up with the thought of, mind you, I believe there is a place for church. I think there are many wonderful things that happen through it, and a lot of the coming together in the community. And at the same time, I would prefer it be done in full honesty. Give me full light. Don't give me the light you think I can handle, or you only want me to have because you don't want me to shine brighter. That being the point.
But also what Scott said about silence.
Yeah. Killer.
The Black church has been silent with a lot, y'all. And we have to, some of them are finally owning up to it. Domestic violence.
No,
the choir director's gay. He's very gay, but nobody want to say he's gay. He's gay. She's gay.
Right.
Okay? I mean, we have so much that goes on. Children being hurt. The children coming to the church dusty and dirty. Their mama dropped them off. Yeah, I taught children's church. I saw it all. I just had to go talk to the parents and be like, listen, this is not daycare. This is children's church. If you're not in here, they can't be in here, and you just drop them off. No, ma'am. And then if something happened, you know where to be found. Because you won't sleep while your children at church. No, ma'am. No, sir. And it's things like that, you know, and people don't want to talk about the madness, but the blessing that the Black church is, because the Black church has put a lot of us through school. The Black church has fed a lot of us.
Yeah.
Not just spiritually. I'm talking about literally.
A lot of it. It is a pillar. I think that is the word. Like, I believe it is a pillar. I just wish it had a stronger backbone. And here's what I do understand. Like, I should it. You know,
say that one more time.
I wish I had a stronger backbone. Like, honest to God, because I look at I've moved in a lot of different circles, and I've retracted myself within the last 5 years because I got tired. And I can say that consistently, like in the political circles, in these money circles, in the community building circles, in the real estate circles, what I saw consistently was the residuals of enslavement, the fear to move forward, the fear to speak up and stand out, the fear of being killed because you had a voice. Like, that is a very prevalent thing in our community. And when you deal with that level, like you mentioned, the ancestors and the enslavement, the horrors they had to face and deal with, even to this point, because I'm a squirrel, so we're going to jump over here real quick and I'll jump back. I was sharing with Scott earlier, it bothers me when I hear people say they were slaves. They were humans. They were people. They were enslaved. The
yes,
word
ma'am.
Yes. Instituted to remove identity so that they can have a bridge to move the mind, because all our white people weren't crazy. You knew good and dang well they weren't 3/5 of a person, and you still wanted to participate in the trash, so you accepted whatever you were given so you could continue to be on your foolery. So these these conversations need to happen. That's why we're dealing with a person like 45 or homie down here in Florida who's the governor. These are the things that no one wants to really punch. 1250 that's going to be voted on that would literally remove democracy. Come again. So these are, we are in a position to no longer be silent. Let me say it like that. We have been silent so long that enough death has occurred, my opinion. And I feel like now it's starting to, the fire is hitting everyone else's feet. Now we have to run. Because if we do not run collectively together as a melanated being, as a movement, as one, then we die again. For what?
And the thing that I would say about the church, they've put people through school or gotten them their houses or prayed over the first car or such. I feel that the biggest place that the Black church has been for the community over the generations and eons has been with mental emotional health. Yeah. It was the place where, let's be honest, so if not but for the church, there would have been many of us who have lost our mind, or our grandparents were, now the good and the bad of that though. And I think we're just starting to see people who are willing to really speak up about it. Okay, I think and I praise the church for what they did in carrying the baton as far as they could.
Okay.
But now it's a time when there are some things that mental health and mental health professionals need to step in on, and it needs to not be denigrated. Someone needs to not feel as if, if you're not willing to let that be prayed over and leave it at the altar, you're wrong, or you're backslidden, or you're trusting in the world as opposed to God and whatever else.
Or you excommunicated.
Let's be real. There are some churches that are there. Yeah.
I never understood how man can do that.
Pride,
but anyway.
baby. Pride, baby. All that's saying.
You know what? You know what we really are. If you really want, because Malika will tell you, I'm a heavy logic, heavy analytical.
Yeah.
If you boil it down to its most basic thing when it comes to Christianity and what we are, okay? The only thing, if you look at the Bible, if you look at the message, if you look at what it's all about, the only thing that we, if we are Christians, are meant to be is a signpost pointing the way. That's it. And a signpost has no authority over the direction that of the side of the road they're put on.
That's it. I love it. That was beautiful. Beautifully said.
If you want to have offering time, if you want to open the doors of the church, I'm just saying.
Somebody play the organ.
I wish I had that soundboard for you. I pushed the button.
Won't you come? Okay.
Is there one?
Won't you come?
Oh God, we are so churchified. Is
it? I love it. Listen,
I love what you said, Scott.
Church is in us, y'all.
It is.
Whether we want to admit it or not, the average Black person. But see, this is what we're running up against with this new generation. They are unchurched.
And they don't give one.
And they don't give a fuck about that.
No.
And they want to say what they want to say and do what they want to do. And you are not going to put me in a damn box, and you are not going to put your restrictions on me. And baby, when I tell you, it's refreshing and terrifying all at the same time.
Yeah, but you know why that is, though, right, Carla?
Tired of
that, Scott? Elaborate, brother.
There's one thing that's completely different. There are a lot of things we could say, but there's one thing that's completely different, as opposed to when we were coming up in church and told to sit down or be quiet and listen, or if you had a question, look it up. These kids all have the world's information at their fingertips, right? Yeah. And you could tell them anything you want. that's in the Bible or in your head or the Spirit's giving you, and they can look it up at a moment's notice and go click, click. That don't sound right. Click,
But
click.
everything on Beyonce's internet is not accurate, though.
Beyonce's internet.
I never said it was.
But I mean, that's the problem.
The kids today have more access to knowledge and little understanding about wisdom.
Child, they ain't got no, like my grandma said, they ain't got a lick. They got all this school sense and they got a lick of common sense.
Now, here's what I'm going to say in defense of these young people, because I am elated. Let me tell you, I find so much joy. I've met so many of them that fully inspire me. And what I would say is, I remember when we were in school, like I remember having these bouts with my mother. And I recall when those books hit the schools that taught us to challenge the authority of our parents. We used to move by that standard that if you were older and bigger and wiser and smarter, then you could rule. And we had that thumbprint on our head until we got educated and then instructed on how to, because we were detailed instructed, whether it was in the school or on the television. We had images and shows to teach us how to rebel against our parents. So we kicked off the stupidity in our generation, because you and I are running the same age gap here.
Yes, ma'am.
And our pushing and our disrespect and our want for freedom, we tore the veil open and made way for what we're dealing with now. We loosened the reins because I know I did. I know I didn't discipline as deeply and as strongly as my mother did, because in my mind, it needs to move this way. So I know who's responsible for this outbreak of behavior that we're dealing with now. It is the lack of instituting the discipline, but I still believe that the discipline does not mean beating. I still believe that was enslavement behaviors passed on. So yes, there's some changing to do, but a little pow in a proper direction might just be good. So
yes,
I can say that we're dealing with the damn Wild Wild West, right?
And
quick.
I'm old school. I don't care. People can say what they want to say.
She gonna beat them.
I raised 4 children, and after I talk to you more than once or twice, and you don't listen to me, I'm snatching and grabbing. And people be like, "Oh my God, she's snatching, grabbing." Shit, I beat their ass, and you're not gonna tell me what to do in my house. And I know people say you shouldn't beat your children. I don't beat them, but they know not to fool with me. So you can get the shoe. You can get the whatever is at my hands, because that's how my mama taught me. Me. Now, there are some things that I do totally different from my mama. My mama used to hit us with fly swatters. I would never hit my child with a fly swatter.
Say a fly swatter, that sounds like peace to me. I was getting extension cords and black brews.
Girl, no ma'am. So, and I was like, what the hell you hit me with something you killed a bug with? And I never did that to my children, right? And I got my children because I was so intent on listening to what they had to say.
Yeah.
I created monsters in a way.
Me too.
See, I'm gonna share this with y'all. I raised 3 boys. Okay. And growing up for myself and my father, there was regular WWF sessions that were going on, and I refused to have that with my children.
Right.
But at the same time, I was not about to have any one of them fly up in my face and try me.
Okay.
We haven't.
So what I did, and I told you, I'm an analytical, I'm a logic person. Me and the boys would roughhouse all the time. Now, when I say roughhouse, I need you to understand.
Right.
I'm a Marine Corps veteran.
Oh.
I'm a hand-to-hand combat trained. I was a hand-to-hand combat trainer when I was in the Marine Corps, and I am a retired cop. Okay?
So he was low-key.
What?
Low-key folding up the kids.
Wasn't that low-key, but,
Oh, God.
I had a conversation with my middle. There came a time when, they're like, "Nah, Dad, we don't want to wrestle. Can we just play chess?" But I had a conversation with my middle one day, and he came to talk to me, and he said, "Dad, why did you never teach us how to box? Or why didn't you never teach me how to throw?" I said, "Well, Why do you ask? I said, well, you know, this, that, and the other. I said, but didn't you just tell me the other day that when you're wrestling with your friends, you always win? Yeah. And when you're doing this, yeah. Well, where do you think you got that from? You were picking it up from what I was unconsciously teaching you so that you could use it in self-defense one day without me arming you up in such a way that you went out in the street and try and rule the world and pull a trigger at a moment's notice. And at the same time, kept in the back of your mind, let me not deal with this crazy fool because he has more tricks than Toys R Us, and I'm not the one. He said, "Oh my God, wow, Dad, that's yeah, you know."
The equipping of the saints. Good job.
When you have multiple children, they're all going to be different.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm. And yes. I raised 4 children, and by the time I got to the last one, I was tired.
Y'all,
I was tired with a TID. Okay, and baby, that's the one.
Giving you
and I don't know about other people. My testimony is the baby.
Is it the youngest?
Is the one? Yes, the baby is the one. She's 26. I had 3 girls and a boy. I'm the opposite of you, Scott. And
you got gray hairs named after her.
The youngest one, that's Pinky's mom. For those of y'all, you know, and who watch my show, y'all know Pinky's my granddaughter.
Okay.
And she's 6 times. And she's here most of the time. And I've been letting my daughter be a mother finally, because I just ran in and felt like I had to save the day.
Okay.
That's her baby.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of us, especially Black parents, because us Gen X parents who were raised with such a stern, it's my way or no way, or you get knocked in the mouth, you know, all these things. And we didn't want to bring that hammer down on our kids. Mm-hmm. And even though we chose to do things a little differently, they in turn are different, good and bad.
Yes.
And I call them the master manipulators, this new generation. So, baby, they can sell you a car or they can sell you a spaceship.
Okay. Oh.
They good with it. They good with telling us what the hell we supposed to be doing.
Oh, what we didn't do. I've heard that what didn't occur conversation. I'd be like,
and it's crazy. And when y'all were talking about, I had a conversation with a man briefly today, and he said, I sent him a clip about, he sent me a clip about how men need to get back in being the head of their households, the head of their relationships, you know, helping women and women being their helpmate. Now, I'm not opposed to that, believe it or not, y'all. I believe that I will follow a man who is lead worthy.
Thank you.
But the problem is, our United, I'm not going to say, okay, let me rephrase it. In America,
okay,
Black men have been emasculated.
Indeed.
And when I say that, I mean, I can tell you more single parent households than Black families that had their mama and daddy at the house, including mine. My grandparents filled the gap when my dad was not around. Now, my dad was in and out, like a lot of people. I didn't see my dad for a long time. And a lot of people have that experience, but there are a lot of people who don't have that experience. I know plenty of my Black friends who had 2-parent households,
strong dads,
and things of that. My aunts and uncles, like my aunt, sister, and Uncle Jimmy, been married 50-something years. My grandparents were married 50 years. My grandfather died on their 50th wedding anniversary. I grew up watching people do the things together. I was married. I was with the same man for 17 years. People go, what? Yeah, the father of my children. We were together 17 years. I raised his two oldest children. I call them all my, I don't differentiate between them
Right, those
because
your
when I met
babies. You're
him, they were
raising.
2 and 3. I raised them. I
Okay.
loved them like I did give birth to them. And then we had two together.
Okay.
And it's hard, y'all. And that's why I want y'all to spit some poetry before we get off here tonight. Because words matter. I think when I started doing poetry, it was in high school. And I
Didn't you?
didn't realize I was a poet because I thought I was a rapper, but I was a poet. I
Rap
always had
poetry
words.
as Artie Fox.
And I have parents that are musicians. My father was a musician.
Mm-hmm.
So he would always say, "Baby girl, what you feel about this?" And I would write my little stuff down, or I would just say stuff while he would play music. And he said, "You know that you're a poet." And I'd be like, "I'm a poet."
Oh,
And I didn't realize I was a poet until I got to college. And I was like, "Well, damn, I am a poet."
that's
And
good.
having kids unlocked something in me with poetry.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I went hard with the poetry. I have books full of stuff. I was just writing down my thoughts. And I feel like poetry frees us. Poetry has built civilizations. Poetry has ruined civilizations. You
The
know,
inspiration, the muses thereof.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
there's so much that goes on with poetry. Now, before y'all spit, I want to show pictures, okay? And then, because I want to show what y'all have done. So, Troy, put the clip up first for, is it Malika? It's your foundation, right?
You know what? Sanctuary Experience is my business. And
Her
I also
business,
have a
yes.
nonprofit that's attached. What you're going to see is
Okay.
literally 1 minute long, and it's the event that I mentioned earlier that we do for the women. This is Miss Linda who came, and she's absolutely amazing. I chose this clip because she's an older woman, and for some reason, a lot of us wait until we're older to start inspecting our own life. So, pause. Here you go.
Hi, I'm Linda. This is my first sanctuary that I came to, and I was so excited to come because I was looking for some answers. I was looking for a connection inside of myself. I was looking for things that I hadn't discovered yet about me. And this sanctuary experience has started me more on that road to discovering who I am and to thinking about, what does Linda need? What's inside of me? And what do I want to do as I move forward? So I've started a process. It's been wonderful. And I'm so glad that I came. And there's more to do. So I'm excited to move forward and just see where God is going to take me in this journey. But it started right here at Sanctuary. So you come too.
Yes, Miss Linda. Yes.
I so appreciated her. And she just came, like, I was like, well, all right, okay. I see your experience was effective. It's something that we always check with everyone who comes. There's two objectives. One, we're going to reconnect you with you, and then we're going to reconnect you with God. That's the only two objectives that we firmly have in between having fun, eating everything in sight, and doing our work, because I have a proprietary system. And I also work with an amazing partner, a Florida affiliate, Dallas Cohen. So when I tell you we get together and we do amazeballs things for 3 days, you're a hostage with us, and there's no way you walking away the same, period.
I'm trying to get the one. I'm telling you, I am.
September 20th through 22nd, thereboundcoach.com/sanctuary. Come. And get your tickets, put your deposit down before the early bird ends, because it's only 1,200 right now. When
And you're going to
early
give
bird
that
ends, it's
information.
2,500.
Okay.
You know what? I sure will. What do I do? Let me see. I'll drop it down here.
Yes.
Okay. I will do.
Okay.
And you can go ahead and show the pictures.
Okay. So here's pictures of the founders of Partners in Rhyme. So were y'all in New York when y'all took this picture, or were y'all in Florida? Where were you?
We were in New York, and we were actually in Liberty State Park.
I love it.
Yep, we were right on the opposite side of this picture is the Statue of Liberty.
I love New York. It's like, and look at there. Okay, Rockefeller Plaza.
That's exactly where that is.
Oh, wonderful. I
That's so much
love it.
fun. He showed me around. I went up and had a blast. You know who that is. Hee
Malikia and Shine. Yes. Our poetess goddess who has her podcast on Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then there's Malikia looking beautiful. Where were you flying to, sis? You on the plane, girl?
I stay on the plane, and I think I
I
might have been
want
headed to
to.
Jersey. I may have been. This picture right here is from Sanctuary, the one that you're showing right now. And I stay on a plane, so I can't tell you where I was flying to, but I think it was Jersey. And
That's
I held title for Beyond Beautiful World, Miss Emerald Midwest. So I am a titled pageant holder. Blah blah blah.
wow.
2023. So that's Scott's picture. He can talk about that.
Just rocking one of my favorite hats.
Your fedora.
My fedora.
Okay.
Just being me, and this is one of the now my partner made this for Partners in Rhyme as far as the framing and such, and this is me prepping for the day when I'm relaxing on my yacht.
I love, yeah, speak it.
My photo was requested with a quote, and from myself as far as what I felt one of the most powerful lessons I learned in life from an individual, and they featured that photo in quote there, and I felt it was the power of perspective.
Shout out Jill Collins.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Yes, I love it. That's a dope picture.
Thank you so much.
And you two, just your energy is amazing. And look at there. 21 questions, body image, bullying, and self-love, baby.
And
That's a lot.
She's amazing. We did 21 questions on her podcast, and I totally zoned out speaking about my podcast. You guys see the background. SXP, which stands for Sanctuary Experience, Metamorphosis 365, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm right here on Blast Music. I want to say Blast. No, I'm on Blast. One of them two, because I can confuse music or radio, but I think it's Blast Music 247.
Yes.
There we go. I'm still learning. I'm new, y'all. I'm new. Okay, I'm new. So episode 11 is coming up. But it's been fun hanging out with you and just having some great conversations. And like you said, the words matter. I do believe that was one of the most powerful lessons learned in the church, that the power of life and death is in our tongue. So can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. And poetry, being able to speak it, being able to write it, being able to think it, this is life.
Okay, so can I ask y'all to grace us?
Yes.
And I wrote a poem last week, and I'm going to share it.
Let's go. I want to hear it.
Because it was, have you ever wrote, look, the tear stains are on the book.
Okay.
And I was like, do I want to share that? Because that one was one where I was literally here crying and writing. And I said, I'm going to share it. And I'm going to wait until the poets come on.
Yay. I can't wait to hear it.
Definitely want to hear some new ink.
And that's beautiful that there was tears. Like that to me. Okay, so I said no to doing a podcast. I'm a public speaker, and I guess I didn't even mention that, but keynote speaker at that. However, I believe in using words when it's something to say. What's the point in talking for talking's sake? So for me, in hearing you say that you had tears pouring while you were writing it, that tells me it means something. This is something that matters, and it is to be shared. So that I listen to all day.
And you speak about the vibe of Lyrical Vibes, our room that we host on Clubhouse. Mm-hmm. One of the key difference of our room was the point of why we made it. There are a lot of, you said the diversity and the vibe and the feel. We're not looking for, it's not about the trauma poet. It's not about the slam poet. It's not about the this or the that. We are there for the heart of the poet behind the poetry. We want to get to know that heart. And that is why so many people come there, and we protect that space. For those hearts. Because they can come there and be themselves and be vulnerable.
And thank y'all for just being a sanctuary for poets.
Literally.
Literally. And I mean, I've seen it in live time, and I think it's the dopest thing. So who wants to go first?
I thought you were.
That's what I thought too.
Oh, y'all
Yes.
want me to go first? Oh,
Go.
okay. Well, okay, let me grab it.
Oh,
So
you.
I have this book, y'all. I have poems in here going back to 2015. I have all kinds. Do y'all have like different books where you jot poems down depending upon? I have a red one. They're
Got
color coded. It's
napkins.
so crazy.
Oh, you color coded. You organized.
No, but it's just weird because like red when I'm angry,
Okay.
yellow when I'm feeling vibrant, green when I'm feeling emotional for some reason. I go in the green book. I have a green book. And I knew when I grabbed the green book, I was like, what am I getting ready to write? So this is what I wrote.
And your green heart chakra. Just gonna throw that out there.
Love, pain, hugs, kisses, touch, taste. I miss you.
Mm.
Trust, honor, betrayal, dishonesty. You hurt me. I'm sorry. I hate you. You don't listen. You don't hear me. Come back to me. Longing, moaning, ecstasy, sorrow. I can't help myself. Tell me the truth. Keep it real. Only you are able to make me feel like the way you make me feel. But I gotta let you go.
Okay, so you know we felt to be nosy. We fit to be nosy. Who was you writing that to?
Carol.
You can say a him. You ain't gotta say no names.
Life is
You know,
life thing. That's what I'll say. You know, when you come to a realization that what you want is not what you need.
Yes. Got it. Got it.
And I just had to write it down so that when I come back to it, you know, I date my poems. I don't know if everybody does that.
Yes,
And
yes.
I come back and look at it and I'll say, well, damn. You know, in June of 2024, I was feeling this.
And I knew what it was. And if I persist and stay in the relationship, you know what I mean? I can still look back at this date and say I was not deceived. I made a choice. And I move forward in the choice that I made, so I own it. And any hurt that comes after that, I request it. So that was free. I'm just gonna let that be right there for me.
Ma'am, but did you say
Yes, she
any hurt?
did. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
I
My
need to write
part.
it.
Like when I'm working
My
with my clients, like I have teeth, and it's only because I love, you know what I mean? Because I love them, to tell you the truth. And it's not a good, bad, or indifferent. It is that we choose. We choose every day. Every day we wake up and we choose either the actual same framework and pattern that we went to sleep with the day before, right? Because we only have today, and we move in all those choices once again, or we in fact make different choice and reap a different outcome. But that's coaching that we can talk about another time.
one of the
Logan is
things
like, wow.
one of the things I love about my partner, a firefighter born of flames. You know, she went through so many things and chose to go back for others who were going through. And one of the things she said to me that she does say on more than one occasion that stuck with me so hard, because I too have gone through and been through, going through. I think I was saying to her something to the effect of, you know, I feel like hell. I feel like I'm in hell. And she said, there is no innocence in hell. Nobody in hell is innocent.
No.
And it was one of those reminders of, it's very easy to look at everybody else who set the fire, but how much fuel did you bring as well?
Gasoline draws. I can't skip it up.
Accountability is a bitch.
Yes, it is.
Let me tell you, because but I tell people that I've been doing shadow work for years.
Mm.
I think I started when I literally, the man that I had children with, that I had built this life with, the father of my children, when I finally put myself in front of the illusion of what people thought it was, versus what it really was. And I decided that I didn't know who the hell I was when I looked in the mirror. So how was I going to teach my children to be who they were when I didn't even know who the hell I was? And I made a decision.
That's it.
And God held my hand the whole entire time.
That's it.
And that's why I tell people, you will never get me to talk bad about God, because I do believe in God.
Indeed.
And I know for a fact that God is real. And not only God, but the Holy Spirit,
Sovereign.
the Comforter. Because that's who really kept me
Mother.
from losing my mind when I was going through a divorce and being a single mother and the things, right?
I
So
promise.
hit me with a poem, sis, bruh.
Will do. Will do. And I'm gonna say this one thing before we start. God and I are one. It is the simplest thing, and I love what you just shared because I literally was right there in the chair with you. Literally walked that same walk when I was, because my ex-husband tried to kill me. So we talk about that another time. But I know what it is to. It's so important that you said that. I do know God is sovereign. God is Father. God is Mother. God is. Okay.
Baby.
So I appreciate you sharing this story.
And Malikia, pardon, before you start, one thing just to be consistent with who we are in PIR.
Okay.
How do you feel now that you
Yes,
shared that?
Miss Carla.
I was trying not to bust out crying.
I know, that's why I didn't push the bear too tight. That's why I left it alone.
Stop, baby.
And your makeup so pretty, we ain't messing it up.
It's just I don't care about makeup. That's the crazy thing about me. Yeah, I'm a praiser.
Okay.
So I get,
Okay.
I'm the person, I have to let it all out.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of time I don't even wear makeup to church, eyelashes, nothing. I just go bareface because I never know what God's gonna put on me when I go in there.
There you go.
And I mean, even here, like my kids used to be so embarrassed until they got to be adults. And each and every one of my kids has come to me and say, "Mom, I can't. I understand why you just start shouting in the middle of the living room. Why you just start praising God and crying and can't stop, because He has kept me, y'all. He has kept me in my right mind because I'm crazy as hell and He still loves me. And I'm still here.
Team. Let's go.
Okay.
So
We're riding the bus together.
do we have enough time and space for me to share something with Carla before?
Yes.
So I'm going to share this with you, Carla. It is good that you are a praiser, and it gets easier every time you share. Malikia taught me the more you speak it, the easier it does get. One thing I will tell you, and this hit me as you were saying it, don't let your praise be a substitute for your tears. Your tears have just as much place to have room to be as your praise.
Yep.
So don't devalue. Don't. There are some cries I've had here. There are some cries I've had. There are some cries that Malikia has seen where I truly felt my chest was going to open up.
Sure.
But it was necessary. It was needed. And if I didn't let that out, to carry that around, okay, you could praise all you want, but if you don't let it out, if you don't pop the boil,
that's it.
okay, you can't get the healing that you're trying to get through praise.
And it's trying to get away from you.
Exactly. So I just wanted to share that.
I appreciate you, Scott.
And that is how we do our room. That
Thank
we will put everything on pause for a heart.
Literally.
I've seen you do it.
Yay.
Thank you. I'm not gonna bust out crying on here tonight. I'm not gonna do it.
We're gonna do this poetry.
I'm not gonna do it.
We don't call.
So I guess poetry is sought now.
Thank you, brother.
Very well. So, going to share with you something that's a little Juneteenth tip. How about that?
That we
Let's get
literally
it.
just spent 2 days just for you.
Yes.
New ink, new ink. The title is called Call and Response. All right. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, I believe we will achieve mountaintop goals, making diamonds from coal, retrieving what they stole, and walking hand in hand into our promised land, equally, peaceably left to be with equity of our ancestors' investment of blood, sweat, and tears, lost names and lost years, and so many fears seared into the subconscious that we are unconscious of, and why we all need and deserve love and grace. Wipe the tears from your face. Freedom is just around the bend. Swing low, sweet chariot, because one day all of our suffering will end.
It's 1965 and good old Jim just died. Machiavelli rescue me. Sugar pie, honey bun. Only equity is ancestry when we see comes by death. Regardless of the harass and the hearsay, we won't die, even though some of us can't breathe. Royalty can't be erased. Elohim and Elohim's anger is still hurling words like crackers at the dangers, deranged, but no soup. Bodies still come up missing, found hanging from systemic ropes looped, well maintained, 30, 60, 90 years plus in the game. And they descendants and families still craving us strange fruit. 45 got 2024 lawsuits. Caucasians and Asians got out for Mr. Floyd's boots. We need troops. Gotta dig up the roots.
Can you attempt to look beyond the horizon line? The lies that divide, the eyes that move from side to side. They say an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind in a braille-filled hell that's yours and mine. Fumbling in the dark, trying to light a spark, to light the way to guide us all to another day. Tomorrow, scorned by some because they want their reparations today. Yet how many won't see tomorrow because herein rest they lay? Chalk outline, which means their life was redlined so that you and I might mind our place in a space where our children's first name is hashtag in waiting, while lawmakers are debating the collateral damage of bump stocks, placing my hands and feet in stocks while blocking me and my family from investing in stocks. Collateral damage by no collateral to pass on, like seeds bearing good fruit with deep roots that can't be pulled down with systemic loops. Yet still I rise. With blinded eyes towards the warmth of the sun, climbing the mountain called content of character, singing, we shall overcome.
Take me to the river, Jordan River. Take me through mental blood flooded waters. Want me blind, chain bound to a cross to be baptized and abandoned a Kelbulon. And wrong. We'll sit back like a side chick on the Pointer Sisters and let anyone delete or ban the truth off its life tree. Altering wasn't enough, saying game in the middle, institute a rule change, switch it up. Since my team winning, true gangsters paradise, but that paradox lands roughly in your young. They fucked around and found out that focusing on our women was lethal. Point at that, sisters. Here we come up again, Shajana Truth to Sandra Bland. Consider this prequel to the caste system's demise. Tupac, all eyes on free, next level up, Juneteenth, watermelon lemonade drinking deeply. Jenkins and Bishop, I believe, too. Get me off they altars, lead me to the waters, to a baptized in revolution.
Whatever happened to the golden rule? Or turn the other cheek, or taking the high road is the only way to the mountain's peak. What do we seek? The war will be televised, but who will broadcast peace? Who's working by any means necessary to make these wars cease? Instead of increase the body count and stack them high to build a wall until they teeter and totter and all Humpty Dumptys fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men scattered when king was shot again and again. How many lives must be laid down so we can rise and attain a crown in the eyes of those who laid down lives that were black and brown? The earth has buried as much potential as slipped beneath the waves of the triangle trade, as hung and swung like fruit on trees when by the breeze they swayed. And yet there was a masterful theft my ancestors successfully orchestrated through time. They stole hope, and now it's yours and mine. Biding their time for generations, swallowing the elation of everything you could possibly ever be. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. I am the tears that streamed, the cries in the night screamed. I am the sweat that steamed, which is why I'm the hope that beams through history's dark pages, through today's freedom and stages, to tomorrow where everything changes. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday.
But when, though? I get it. We all guilty of acting out our insides. Enough pride for a trillion puzzles, but no completion in it. Cousin, that one piece always missing. Love that your eyes been trained to hope. Yo, I'm willing to ponder, wondering if it feels as good as retribution. Reparations sounded alarms, and I'm asking for the nation. If all eyes go blind now, like you say, will the children get to see them better days? That uptown funk credited in all those ways that it's supposed to be? Only place we have for unified is musically, and inner hearts that beat out conviction-based realities. We got that call and response down to a pat. Yet our people been at war since the 16th century. Where the end at? Can't bring sexy freedom back without truth. Can't say slavery ended without Belinda 1783's type proof. And that's that piece.
Partners in rhyme.
Bang, bang.
You better, baby. I'm throwing a towel, and I ain't got it. I'm throwing.
Shoes.
I feel like I was on a roller coaster. Listen, I love y'all. I just love y'all. Thank y'all for coming on here and breathing that fresh air of just, it was everything.
Woo-hoo. Thank you. Appreciate you.
And thank y'all for your words as well.
Yeah.
I listened. Wow. Tell the people where to find you.
I am Malikia K. Courtney across all medias. Professionally connect with me on LinkedIn. If you're looking to work with me, hire me as a coach or a speaker for your next event, or looking to attend my next 3-day event in September with the women, you can text 321-443-2495. And what you're going to text me is help me. Help me. Text it to 321-443-2495. On Instagram, I am Santa's Helper because I'm pretty funny and I get into my fun bag of mischief. Very supportive, and I look forward to serving you and playing with you if you like fun.
Professionally, you can come to my website at www.harrellconsultinggroup.com, all one word. And I'll be more than happy after you fill out some information to do an exploratory conversation and see how we can be of service to your business needs. Mm-hmm. Poetically, you can find myself and my partner every Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Clubhouse, Partners in Rhyme, Lyrical Vibes, where we
say vibes. We love people. You guys come play too. July 6th, we are going to be in the Newark area. We're going to have an in-person event for Partners in Rhyme to celebrate our poetry, our first in-person. And also, it's my birthday. So if you want to come kick it with me for my birthday and go rock star, and then it's going down.
I wanted to come, but it's my family reunion. I was going to try to slide in there and surprise y'all, but I remembered it was my family reunion, and we have some new family members that found us through Ancestry.com.
Okay.
And it's just been amazing. So I got to go to my family reunion. I got to do that.
Enjoy.
But I will be linking up with y'all before this year is over with. Cool. Y'all have also broke the record for my longest show, but I love it because everything that was said on here needed to be said and needed to be heard. I thank you for sharing yourself with me and with the masses. I wish you all much success. I wish you happiness, joy, peace, blessings. I wish you everything that you can imagine and then some. I pray that God bestow upon you all peace and joy. And I pray that God give you not just what you want and not just what you need, but all things that supersede the two of those things together.
And the grace and perfect grace. I receive and I return the love. You've been amazing. You've been a great host.
Thank you. Look, y'all can come to my house anytime.
Bring some crazy butt snacks. Let's go.
Oh, wow.
I'll give her this. The force is strong with this one.
Indeed.
I love it. I love it. So until next time, y'all have a great week.
Thank you, babe.
And everybody, thank you for tuning in. And I hope y'all have a wonderful week and an excellent show tomorrow night. Thank y'all so much once again. And take care. Peace.
Woo, woo. Come play tomorrow night in poetry. It's going to be warm.
Oh, it's going to be real warm.
We have Jason Bone and Walking Erotica.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Listen, I be in here sometime. I be like, Lord, let me tell you. Well, I ain't got nobody to call. What the hell I'm on here for? Y'all just heard my poem down. I ain't got nobody. But it's all right.
Gird your loins or buy some batteries. Do something.
Baby, listen. I'm keeping the battery cover in bed now. You hear me? What I'm talking about? It's all right.
Plug it in.
Look as I drink my wine.
Love you, Sunshine. Love you, Logan.
Bye, y'all. Thank y'all so much.
That's my girl right there.